Are you confused by Medicare? You're not alone. Breitenfeldt Group can help. They specialize in both Medicare and health insurance and provide the help you need to get the service you need.
As a brokerage, we're allowed to carry all the products that are offered here in the state of Minnesota, which in your case is a tremendous value.
Breitenfeldt Group can provide simple solutions in a not-so-simple industry. Many seniors try to do the research themselves, only to end up frustrated.
People try and study this and understand what they're doing. And you have to understand that all of this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, going on to Medicare, Social Security, making these choices. Typically people feel bad about not knowing it and being an expert. I like to compare your situation with your car. Now the material you brought in and the material book or the Medicare book that you brought along, let's say that's your owner's manual for your car. Have you read it? No. Do you feel bad about it? Probably not. Do you have a mechanic to fix your car? I'm guessing so. So do I. This Medicare is no different than that. What you need to do is find somebody you can trust to take care of it, review it, monitor it, and fix it.
Since there's an enrollment period each fall, seniors are often bombarded with information on TV, radio, and through direct mail by companies trying to convince seniors to switch plans.
Now, as a brokerage, having all these companies at our disposal for sale, we can help you understand not only what your situation is now, but make recommendations down the road as to A, whether you should keep your current coverage, or B, make some type of changes.
The biggest thing with Medicare right now, says Breitenfeldt, is the prescription drug coverages and the insurance plans themselves.
You can get it from an agent who carries Medicare, maybe one or two companies, and that's a sideline because right now, because these are federal programs for the most part, the compliance, the education, the certification, and that's ongoing throughout the year as well as in the fall. To be able to carry all of these companies, you need a large group, a large support staff to pull that off. And that's the weak spot we've found across the state in these smaller towns and even in Metro, that agents are carrying Medicare as a sideline. And I like to tell people, because it's true, anyone can sell insurance. There's no health questions. It's going to be the same price and the same coverage whether you get it from the company, from one of these guys that do it part-time, or from my group of experts.
Some prospective clients will ask, why should they call Breitenfeldt Group instead of working with their local agent? Dennis likes to compare choosing Medicare plans with choosing medical care.
If a health event came up that was serious, brain surgery, heart attack, would you go local or would you find the best people to take care of that for you? And if you feel your Medicare is important enough to entrust it to a group of experts, we're the people. If you're more comfortable with somebody with limited opportunity and selection as well as service, that's your choice. But we've got thousands of clients, in fact nearly 13,000 across the state of Minnesota. We've been doing this for years. What do we do differently? The products are the same, the coverage is the same, the price is the same. What sets us apart is the service, the area of expertise, our additional benefits we offer at no cost.
When a Breitenfeldt Group team member helps get a senior enrolled in the right plan, they're often asked, what do we owe you? The answer, says Dennis, is always zero.
Insurance always works the same way. Where you buy it from, they're going to get a small monthly renewal. In our case, we take a great deal of pride of keeping our clients for years and years. There's really no reason for them to leave. We've got the service and the selection all in one place.
How does Breitenfeldt Group keep track of so many customers? How do they provide individualized care?
What we do is we've got a very extensive computer system where when you call in, the receptionist simply types in your last name and your records will pull up on the screen right from the day we've met. Your prescriptions, your medical situation, residents, everything will be at our fingertips. No matter who answers the phone, your records will show up. And then we type in notes as per each time we talk to you or you call in and what that conversation was, so that there's always an ongoing history right from the day we've met.
Breitenfeldt works with several insurance companies, including the big three, Blue Cross, Medica, and UCare.
What you want to remember is that company specific is fine. People have loyalties and allegiances or conceptions about companies. But within those companies, and that holds true with the rest of them, and there's nearly an unlimited amount of choice now in the marketplace, because each company, each individual company will have 4 or 5 or more plans. You can combine that with their prescription coverage or someone else's. So what we're talking about is nearly unlimited choices. This is the folder I can go through if you need to see each and every company and plan choice. How we do it here, rather than make a recommendation initially, is to ask a number of questions, pertinent questions that would include the medications you're on, keeping in mind there's no health questions, no pre-existing conditions. It just gives us a better picture of your situation. So again, your prescriptions, whether you stay in Minnesota or not for the winter, which doctors you use, health club, eyeglasses, hearing aid. There's just a number of different choices on these plans nowadays. And that'll give us a better picture of finally making a recommendation.
Many consider prescriptions as a secondary priority when enrolling in Medicare. Breitenfeldt Group believes this is a mistake.
The prescriptions you're on and the prescription plans themselves are going to be changing and being a moving target as the years go by. So we always start with the prescription coverage. And how we do that is we get a list of your medications, put them into the Medicare website, which has a plan finder. And so out of all of these choices, probably 40 plus, we're going to be able to get a spreadsheet, a printout as to which plan would cover your medications the most cost effectively. It'll give us the retail price, your co-payments, monthly premium, which pharmacy discounts are available. All of that is going to be something we'll go over before we even start talking about medical coverage.
Breitenfeldt Group can also walk you through the newly enacted Affordable Care Act, commonly referred to as Obamacare.
We are going to translate that into plain English for folks. We are going to carry all the companies that are available. They will be the same price, the same coverage, whether they're on exchange, off exchange. If you qualify for the subsidy, we can find that out. We can get it for you. It's not going to cost you anything extra. Our customer service staff has been trained. We hired additional staff to prepare for this.
To know how Breitenfeldt Group works today, it's important to understand how Breitenfeldt Group was started.
What you see now is not what it was 20 years ago. A little story about how this insurance business and brokerage got started and the lessons along the way. Probably my the first lesson I learned in insurance is that you do not want to work for one company. And how I found that out is 20 years ago, I worked for what they call a captive company, where you can only offer their particular products. Well, I found out that one size does not fit all, and trying to make that happen is a lot of work, and it doesn't serve the client's best interest.
After working for a captive company for a year, Dennis worked for a Twin Cities agency for 3 years, then decided to start his own brokerage, first in a home office, then in a small office in Long Prairie. Breitenfeldt Group now has offices in Long Prairie, Waite Park, and Brooklyn Center.
Things have rapidly expanded over the years, and that is primarily due to the service that we provide, and I can credit that all to my expert staff. And most of our business now is done through referrals from our current clients, as well as we do seminars around the state for a number of different insurance companies. At these seminars, the same recipe is held true over the years. We never sell at the seminars. We educate, we advise. People choose to make an individual appointment. Typically, those are done at home. They can be done at one of the office locations, but I would say nearly 90% of our business is still done across from the kitchen table. We realize that people like that convenience and flexibility. We are not an 8 to 5 organization. We will meet folks when it best works for them.
In addition to Medicare and prescription plans, Breitenfeldt Group can also assist people enrolling in Social Security, determine whether they're eligible for VA benefits, low-income subsidies, and a number of other services.
Probably the biggest thing that we do for our folks on an ongoing, everyday basis is make a guarantee that they'll never have to call an insurance company.
If you are eligible for Medicare for the first time, would like to change plans, or need help understanding your Medicare benefits, contact the Breitenfeldt Group toll-free 1-877-732-9800. That's 1-877-732-9800. The Breitenfeldt Group.